Hey, let me talk to you like someone who's felt the difference when sound finally clicks with what's on screen. If you've ever watched a movie, streamed a show, or jumped into a game and something felt flat, or dialogue got buried under effects you should be hearing clearly, you already know there's a gap between good enough and actual immersion. You feel when something is missing, and that tells me exactly who this upgrade is for. This is for the person who doesn't just want louder sound, you want presence, depth, and direction. You're the one who notices when a soundtrack feels flat, when footsteps don't move around you, or when bass lacks weight. Before anything else, take a moment right now to check the current price and stock. Units like the Samsung Q800D move quickly, and hesitation is what turns "I want this" into "I wish I grabbed that." You knew it was time to upgrade the minute your TV speakers felt like an afterthought instead of part of the experience. When you found yourself cranking volume not because you wanted more, but because you needed clarity. That's the moment you realize you've outgrown compromise. You want performance that feels intentional. Dropping this soundbar into your setup doesn't feel like a minor step up, it feels like finally being heard. Dolby Atmos doesn't just add channels, it adds space. Effects move around you instead of just forward. Q-Symphony tightens sync with your Samsung TV so it feels like the whole room is participating. SpaceFit Sound Pro actually tunes audio to your space instead of guessing. Adaptive sound isn't gimmick. It adjusts performance based on what you're watching, so dialogue stays clean and moments stay dynamic. Picture this: you cue up a show and suddenly voices hit forward with precision instead of getting buried under background noise. Explosions hit with presence instead of blur. Music carries texture and weight instead of sounding thin. Gaming feels more immediate, thanks to Game Mode Pro, not just louder, but responsive. And with Alexa built in, you don't have to reach for a remote to change the vibe. You just say it. Once you experience this level of presence, anything weaker starts to feel like you're settling. You'll catch yourself comparing every listening moment back to what you now know is possible. That's loss aversion. You don't want to lose that clarity and immersion once you've felt it. If you're on the fence because of pricing or stock fluctuations, here's the honest truth: deals shift, units sell out, and later rarely arrives as something better. Don't let indecision be the thing that keeps you from the upgrade that already feels right in your gut. You might think something cheaper could be close enough, but your brain already knows what real depth and presence feel like. Almost just won't cut it when you've imagined, and felt, the richness, movement, and clarity you want. And here's a benefit most people don't talk about: owning gear like this changes how you feel about your space. You don't just watch content, you arrive at it. You don't hope sound is clear, you expect it. That confidence becomes part of every movie night, every game session, every music moment. Immersion that actually moves around you, dialogue that sits forward, and clear depth you can feel, not just hear, presence that fills the room, confidence every time you press play. It isn't the cheapest soundbar you'll find. Weaker systems will feel frustratingly thin at some point. You stop circling every option and choose the one your instinct already picked. Check the price and what's available. If your gut is leaning in, trust it. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you look back on and wish you did sooner.